Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. It's the second episode of the day, the double upload day special. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you haven't watched today's earlier episode of The Road to Glory, check in the top corner, you'll find a link to it up there. And yeah, this is episode number 29. Hope you enjoy. If you do me a huge favor as we just get into the episode by smashing a like on it. 6,000 likes by midnight. That is your challenge. I'd absolutely love to see you keep showing that support on the series. And of course, keep subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. So we're going to carry on with some FUT champs to begin with, because I need to do that, obviously. I'm 2-3 at the moment. It's been a poor start, not going to lie. So we need to get some wins under our belt. And also, there's going to be like a pretty massive team change, I guess, halfway through this video. But we need to get some wins under our belt, like I said, to begin with. So let's do it. Let's get stuck into that there weekend league and see what we get matched up against. First game. Inform Barella, Inform Felipe Anderson, Flashback Pedro, and Player of the Month Koulibaly. I need to be careful here because they are some dangerous players at the start of the game. And it is Pedro to actually put my opponent 1-0 up. And then I think I get myself a little penalty here. Yeah, he wipes me out with Koulibaly by the looks of it. And Benzema steps up. My penalty luck has not been good this weekend league so far. I don't think I've scored one. It's abysmal. It really is. But anyway, 1-0 down at half-time. Can we turn it around? Or otherwise, we're going to be 2-4. Mane somehow keeps the ball here. Knocks it back to Pogba. And that is a post-patch finesse shot. I do feel like at that angle, every now and again, a finesse shot like that should go in with somebody with good shooting. But yeah, maybe not all the time. And then we get through Pogba again. And Green time the hell out of it to score on his weak foot. Yeah, nice goal to put me 2-1 up. Pogba then knocks it into Benzema. Benzema turns. Benzema shoots. It drops so kindly after the rebound to Dembele. And 3-1 was enough for my opponent. He decides to pause and quit. Yeah, we'll see you later. So we're now even. 3-3, I must say. This is a good record. Not for me. It's not amazing, but at the end of the day, we've already got 3 wins. We just need 5 more in the weekend league, and we're golden. So the next opponent has Hero Morientes as well as Benzema. And boy, was I about to experience what somebody who knew what they were doing with these players could do. Because I was playing all right. I'm not going to lie. I was creating chances. And, I mean, nice goal there. Good ball in from Raz. And Benzema was able to slot home. But then my opponent's Benzema was able to slot home. So I'm 2-1 down. Like I said, I felt like, although this guy was good, I just felt like every shot he took went in. And not all of mine were. So as you can see there, he's 3-1 up at half-time. I do have an XG of 2.8. I probably should have scored some more goals with the 8 shots that I took. But the second half comes around, and I don't know. When I look back at these, like, I think, what is Lafont doing? He just falls to the ground every time. But also, I don't know. Anyway, Morientes was playing perfectly on the last shoulder of the defender, scoring goals for fun, and in a game where I genuinely thought I could have been nearly able to win, perhaps, I was down to 10 men. I guess that was a terrible challenge from Umtiti. He gave a penalty away. Morientes steps up, sticks it in the top bins. Like, what a beautiful penalty that was. And I lose 7-1. And I'm like a little bit shell-shocked with that. So we're now back to a negative record of 3-4. Despite having a 4.3 XG in that game, I only managed to get 1 goal. I need to work on that. Make sure those shots are getting green timed. And make sure I score them. So yeah, we're 3-4. Into the next one then, 89 Puskas. And I'm like, come on, I've got a negative record here. Don't put me up against someone who's going to be even better than Morientes. But look at the power behind that strike. Dembouz was firing in this one. He green timed it, and the amount of power behind that shot nearly broke the net, I think. Into the second half we go then, so I'm shooting right, and look, a little bit of a mistake there from the goalkeeper. Renato Sanchez is there to get it a couple of times, knock it into Iñaki, knock it into Benzema, and the low-driven shot from inside the box doesn't get blocked because there wasn't a player in the way, and we were able to just manage to basically P-roll it past the goalkeeper. And then Mane, Berber spins inside here, hits a finesse. I mean, there's a lot of power behind that one. You can see why he's maybe quit after that. But yeah, again, I figured that maybe those were the ones which should have been patched a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe I'm now thinking that every single finesse shot should never go in. But yeah, it seemed like quite a crazy one to score. So we get our fourth win. We're now 4-4. Up to 20 points, which is essentially the same as going 0-20 if I stopped right there. And as you can see, we just carry on. So I'm aiming now to get 4 more wins, and then we're golden. If we could get up to 12, that would be insane. But I don't know if I've got the skill to do that. I don't know. Even getting the 8 wins we've already established this year is better rewards than last year. So and at gold 3, 14 wins. So I like the system this year. The only time I get a little bit worried is during playoffs, because if you mess up in playoffs and don't get you 5 wins, the journey to getting back into playoffs to then hopefully not mess it up again is a long one to get all those points in rivals to make it happen. It's a stressful situation, not going to lie. They don't give you much room for error, do they? So, Mane out on that wide again, knocks it into Benzema, who, I mean, I was experiencing it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I think it happened there with Benzema as he tried to take on the defender. I've been getting a lot of these little micro stutters. Like, whenever my player, or even when my opponent's player, so it must be happening to both of us. Oh, is that no loss glitch? Yeah, I think it might have been. I was winning, so he obviously didn't want to take his loss in extra time. So he conveniently allowed himself to not get a loss there. Lovely. But yeah, I've been getting these little micro stutters whereby every time a player gets into a decent position, when they're about to take on a defender or they're about to shoot, it just sort of like jitters a little bit and it puts you off and something doesn't quite work right. It's been since the patch, or maybe since they did that live tuning update, whatever it was. Either way, it's a little bit frustrating, and I hope it stops soon. It might not be that noticeable, but I definitely noticed it myself quite a few times in game. So I'm 1-0 down in the next one. I give away a penalty, but you know, my opponent tries to Panenka me. That ain't gonna happen, mate. I'm gonna stay down the middle and be all good. And then Raheem the Dream nearly gets that volley goal, but Benzema rises higher than anybody else, doesn't foul the goalkeeper, and scores the equaliser. But straight from kickoff, Suarez gets kickoff boost, and oh, I don't know if you saw it there. There might have been a bit of a weird animation on like either the goalkeeper or Suarez there. Something wasn't quite right, and I think I'm noticing it all the time. It might literally just be in my head, but I think I'm getting these little stutters which are affecting things in a way. So 2-2 here. Good ball in there, and Ousmane Dembele is able to head home. I love it. I absolutely love it when I whip a ball in, I see the goalkeeper not running out for it, and I can just see my player being plonked right in the middle of the perfect space for me to score a goal. It's satisfying, I'm not going to lie. So 4-2 up at half-time. We just took that last 10 minutes of the first half there and went ham and got a couple goals, and we're 4-2 up. How unfortunate for my opponent. But he gets a goal, and then he gets another goal really, really quickly. And, you know, by the 60th minute, it's all back to square one again, because we're at 4-4. We're drawing once again. But in the 88th minute, Benzema knocks it out wide to super sub ASM, who's just going to cut into the box and drive and whip it to the near post with a low-driven effort. And Sadio Mane is there. My king, my hero, my mate. Sadio Mane is able to just smack it home. Absolutely wellied it into the back of the net there. And we win 5-4. Basically last kick of the game. I felt a little bit, I don't know, a little bit sad for my opponent. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm sure I've lost plenty of games in the last kick of the game. So what are we up to now? I can't even remember. Is that our 5th win? I think that must be our 5th win. What would that be? Yeah, I think so. I can't quite remember. In all honesty, these games are going by, and I wish they would put a little number, you know, like by the numbers where it says, "Oh, you've got 28 points." In my head, I can't work out really quickly if that's like 5 wins, certain amount of losses. Just show me how many wins and losses I've got next to it, please, in a little graphic. That'll make life so much easier. So you're thinking, well, Tom, it's only 10 minutes gone. Why are you showing the player bios like you do at the end of an episode? Well, it's because this is the end of the road for some of these players. Not the end of the road to glory, of course. We're only just getting started. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the road for a few players, just because I randomly had the thought process go through my mind that I wanted to change the team up. I just fancied a change. And I know I change it a lot anyway, but I knew that there was a couple of options that I could potentially get, and I just fancied it, so I went for it. It's quite difficult actually to just rip the band-aid off and get rid of a lot of your team, but sometimes I'm able to just think, you know what, screw it, I'm selling everyone and I'm getting some more players, because I have it in my head. There's a couple of players that I want to use, and then I'm like working out, I'm doing calculations in the back of my mind, like, if I sell this player and this player, does that mean I can now afford this player and this player? But I'd have to sell him to get him. We'll have to downgrade in this area to upgrade in this area. It's something that I'm doing constantly. So Mane sells for profit. Llorente sells for a little bit of profit. I think we probably just break even on him. Kimpembe will sell for a profit as well. I wanted to pick up Kevin De Bruyne because I've wanted to use him for a while now, and he's a struggle whenever I come up against him. And I see quite a lot of the good players, you know, like the pros and streamers using KDB, and I'm like, I really want to use this man. It's time for me to buy my first hero as well, because Morientes absolutely rinsed me earlier, and I thought, you know what, we can afford him if we sell some stuff, so why not bring him in and go with the Benzema Morientes strike force, and then have Ousmane Dembele and Sterling as my wide cams. I think the player I was most sad about selling was probably Maestro Kimpembe, because I can't believe we've gotten rid of him. He's so good on this game. And Marcus Llorente, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, in some areas we've downgraded, but in others I feel like we've upgraded. I got Ter Stegen in now after having a few problems with Lafont. I think that hopefully he'll be better. But yeah, having De Bruyne in that midfielder. Pogba is now on the bench. So I just wanted to try something differently, like, if KDB works a hell of a lot better, then great. If we don't notice much change, then cool. Our untradeable Pogba can be used all the time. We could just sell KDB. But for now, yeah, I just wanted to go with this. Wanted to test out Eder Militao. Really, really interested to get Morientes into the squad and try my first FUT hero of FUT 22. So, yeah, quite excited to be fair. Now, it does mean that Ousmane Dembele has been removed from the striker position. Now, a couple of times I've done this already this year, and I find myself very, very shortly after doing it, bringing him back and putting him back into striker because nothing's as good as Dembele. I wonder if that will happen again. I guess we'll find out in the next couple of episodes. But Morientes gets a debut goal. He arrives at the back post there to head home and get me that goal. He's a little bit chunky, isn't he? He does look like, I don't think he's got the best agility and balance. But we found that with Benzema, oh, that's a random quit. Almost like he no-loss glitched. Weird. Anyway, yeah, we get a 1-0 victory from that one. That's what I'm talking about. That's what made this weekend just a little bit weird, because you randomly just getting like 1-0 rage quits where you wouldn't normally. So I can't tell you what we're on right now. Are we on are we like 6 and 4 or something? I feel like maybe that sounds about right. But into the next one we go, and we come up against a team that I still think I've got a better squad than him. So maybe we can push away here and get yet another victory. Yes, I did just score a freaking scorpion kick with Ousmane Dembele. This guy just always does the best stuff for the team. I love him to bits. absolute beast. But yeah, I scored a scorpion with Ousmane Dembele. Then I give a penalty away down the other end with our newbie, Kevin De Bruyne, and he scores from that. So I don't know what to think at the moment, because apart from a corner back post header, Morientes has been quiet. Haven't been able to get goals with him here either. We whip it to the back post this time, and it is Eder Militao to score. So my new centre-back, who's 82 rated, has now got the same amount of goals in 2 games as my new very expensive striker, Morientes. So I don't know what to think, but of course, I was still so excited to bring a hero into our squad. He gets the strong links all. For those of you that don't know how heroes work, you can get a soft link to someone of the same nation if they're from a different league. But anyone in the same league that they get given, like Morientes is a La Liga striker for his time back at Real Madrid, he could get a strong link to Ousmane Dembele and to Benzema because they're, you know, both La Liga players. So that's how that one works. So yeah, I mean, that is going to be basically the end of the episode for today. Even snuck a couple of games in there after we did the massive team changes. But what do you think of the huge, massive shift or massive change to our squad on FUT 22 in this episode? Was it a good idea? You know, have we downgraded in certain areas and upgraded in others, or did we have it kind of right to begin with and this was a mistake? I want you to let me know down below what you think, and if there's any way with a limited budget that I can improve this squad right here. So Weekend League has started to look up a little bit. I think at the end of this episode we're 6-4. I can't guarantee that though, because there's just been so many games I've lost count, in all honesty. But yeah, a nice frog in my throat. Is 2 episodes in a row I've had that now. It's because I'm filming one after the other. But anyway, yeah, guys, a nice long episode for you on a Sunday night. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, do me that huge favor of smashing a thumbs up. I'd love to see 6,000 likes on this episode by midnight, and I know you can do that. So keep showing that awesome support. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Cheers for that as well. And you can find me on social media, Twitter and Instagram, both down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take it easy, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will be back tomorrow lunchtime in like 14 hours, 15 hours, something like that, for yet another episode for you of The Road to Glory. Peace.